Hey Alicia, thanks for meeting me. I really needed to talk to someone who isn't a rental agent or a chatbot today. My head is just spinning.
Of course. You look a bit tired, honestly. Is it the housing search again? I thought you had a couple of viewings yesterday.
Oh, I did. I really did. But it's a nightmare out there. I went to see this one place near the university. The photos online looked amazing, bright, modern, clean. But when I got there, it was basically a closet with a window that didn't even open. And the smell, Alicia, it smelled like old gym socks and damp wood.
That sounds terrible. Did they really think they could get away with that?
Yes, and the worst part is there were 10 other students waiting in line behind me. Some of them were even filling out forms before they even walked inside. I felt so, I don't know, small, like I'm just a number in a giant pile of applications. I've been looking for a place for 3 weeks now, and I'm starting to think I'll be sleeping on your sofa when the semester starts.
Well, my sofa isn't the worst, but I don't think your back would like it for very long. But hey, take a breath. You're not alone in this. Everyone I know is going through the same thing right now. It's just how the city is this year.
I know, but it feels different when it's your life, you know? My parents keep calling and asking if I've sorted things out yet. They don't understand that it's not like when they were young. You can't just walk into a building, shake hands with someone, and move in the next day. Now you need a credit check, a guarantor, 3 months of bank statements, and apparently your firstborn child.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. I remember when I first moved here, I stayed in a hostel for 2 weeks because my first apartment turned out to be a scam. I lost 500 pounds before I even started my first class. It makes you feel, I don't know, vulnerable?
Exactly. Vulnerable. That's the word. I feel like I'm losing my confidence. I'm supposed to be excited about starting my master's degree, but instead I'm just refreshing rental websites every 10 minutes. I even set up an alert on my phone so it buzzes every time a new room comes up. It's driving me crazy.
You need to slow down. If you burn out now, you won't have any energy left for when classes actually start. Tell me, what's the biggest problem? Is it the price or just the quality of the places?
It's both. My budget is tight, but I'm not asking for a palace. I just want a room where I can fit a desk and not feel like I'm suffocating. And every time I find something decent, it's gone in an hour. It's like a race that I'm losing.
Have you thought about looking into areas a bit further out? Maybe not right next to the campus?
I have, but then I have to think about the bus fare and the time I'll spend traveling. It's all a trade off. If I save money on rent, I spend it on transport. If I save time, I live in a shoebox. I feel stuck.
I get it, but look, we'll figure this out. We can look at some listings together after we finish our coffee. Two sets of eyes are better than one, right?
Thanks, Alicia. I appreciate it. But there is one more thing. I did see a post this morning. It was different.
Different how?
The price was incredibly low, almost too low, and the person who posted it didn't want to use the official website. They told me to message them on a private app.
Wait, that sounds a bit too good to be true, doesn't it?
That's what I thought. But the pictures, they looked like a real home, a place where I could actually breathe. I'm supposed to meet the person this evening.
Alone? I don't know if that's a good idea. There's something about this that feels off. Seriously, you shouldn't go there by yourself. This city can be great, but it can also be tough on people who are desperate. And right now, you're feeling desperate.
I know. My rational brain is telling me to stay away, but my tired brain is saying, what if it's the one? What if I'm just being paranoid and I miss out on a great deal because I was too scared?
It's not about being scared, it's about being smart. Did they mention anything about the deposit?
Yeah, they said I'd need to pay it in cash to secure the room immediately because so many people are interested.
That is a huge red flag. No legitimate landlord asks for cash deposit before you've even signed a contract or seen the place properly. They're playing on your fear of losing out.
You're right. I know you're right. It's just, I'm so tired of looking. Every night I go to sleep and I dream about floor plans and lease agreements. I just want to belong somewhere. I want to unpack my boxes and put my pictures on the wall. I want to feel like a student, not a nomad.
I hear you. I really do. It's not just about a roof over your head, is it? It's about feeling safe. When I first moved out of my parents' house, I cried for the first 3 nights because I felt so disconnected. I was living with a flatmate who didn't even know my name. We shared a kitchen, but we never spoke. It was the loneliest I've ever felt.
Yes, that's exactly it. I'm scared I'll find a place, but I won't find a home. I'm scared I'll end up with people I don't get along with or a landlord who doesn't fix anything. My friend Sarah, she moves into a place last month and her ceiling started leaking. She called the owner and he just told her to buy a bucket.
Some people really do take advantage of students. They think we don't know our rights. But you've worked so hard to get into this university. You shouldn't let a bad housing market ruin your experience.
I feel like I'm failing at being an adult before I've even started. My brother found a place in 2 days when he went to college. Why is it so hard for me?
It's not you. The world has changed. The economy's different. The city's more crowded. It's just a different game now. You aren't failing. You're just dealing with a very difficult situation.
Thanks. I needed to hear that. I think I'll cancel that viewing for tonight. You're right. The cash deposit thing is definitely a scam. I was just so blinded by the pretty pictures.
Good call. Trust your gut. It's better to stay in a hostel for another week than to lose all your savings to a thief.
So, what do I do now? I have 5 days left at my temporary place. 5 days to find a life.
We start again, but this time we do it together. No more private apps. We go through the university's housing office. They have a list of approved landlords. It might be a bit more expensive, but at least it's real.
I looked at that list. Most of the places were already taken.
Then we look for something else. Maybe a sublet, or maybe we find a third person and try to rent a whole house instead of just a room. It's often cheaper if you team up.
That sounds like a lot of work, but maybe it's a better path. I just need to find someone I can trust to be my flatmate.
Well, you're looking at one. I mean, my lease is actually up in 2 months. I was thinking about moving anyway.
Really? You'd want to find a place with me?
Why not? We get along, we both study too much, and we both hate gym sock smells. It could work.
Alicia, that would be amazing, but can we actually find something that fits both our budgets? It won't be easy, and it might not be perfect, but it'll be honest.
Okay, so if we actually do this, we need to be very realistic. I've been looking at my budget again. If I stop buying those expensive lattes and start meal prepping, I can maybe stretch my rent a little higher.
Let's not get crazy. You need your coffee to survive exams. But yeah, we should sit down and look at the numbers. If we combine our money, we might be able to afford a place in a much nicer neighborhood. Somewhere with a park, maybe?
I'd love that. I saw a couple of 2-bedroom apartments in the North District. It's about a 20-minute bike ride to the campus. Do you think that's too far?
20 minutes? That's nothing. It's good exercise. Plus, the air is much cleaner out there. I'm tired of the city noise anyway.
It feels a bit better already, just having a plan. It's not a fix, but it's a direction. I was so caught up in the panic that I couldn't see any other options.
That's what happens when you're stressed. Your world gets very small. You only see the problem, not the solution.
I still have to figure out where to stay for those few weeks before your lease ends, though.
You can stay with my cousin. She has a spare room, and she's looking for someone to help with her cat while she travels for work. It wouldn't cost you much, and the cat is actually quite friendly.
Are you serious? That would be a lifesaver. I can't believe how much better I feel just talking this through.
See, things have a way of working out, even if they don't happen exactly how you planned. It's not going to be a perfect apartment right away. We'll probably have a noisy neighbor or a fridge that makes a weird sound, but it'll be our place.
And no cash deposits to strangers on the internet.
Definitely none of those. We'll read every word of the contract twice.
It's funny how a few hours ago I felt like my life was ending, and now it just feels like a difficult chapter, not the whole book.
Exactly. That's the adult way to look at it. One day at a time.
I'm still a bit nervous, though. What if we can't find a place even together?
Then we keep looking. We don't give up. We just adjust. Maybe we look at a different area or we wait a little longer. The important thing is we don't let the stress win.
You're a good friend, Alicia. Thank you for being my voice of reason.
Anytime. Now, let's go look at that university list again. I think I saw something about a new building opening up near the library.
Let's do it. And this time, I'm keeping my expectations hopeful but realistic.
That's the spirit.
Thanks for watching our journey today, everyone. Searching for a home in a new city is never easy, but it's always easier when you're not doing it alone.
We want to know, have you ever had a rental horror story or a time when a friend helped you out of a tough spot? Tell us in the comments.
Don't forget to subscribe to Think and Speak English for more real-life stories and tips. We'll see you in the next video where we start packing our boxes.
See you soon.